Hey guys, I wanted to share a story with you about a patient that I had the other day who is a fitness professional. And I happen to see a lot of fitness professionals because I have one foot in the door of fitness and I have another foot in the door of the medical healthcare professional side as a physical therapist and a pelvic floor therapist in particular. So she has had chronic low back pain, some issues with sciatica, and she also suffers from something called stress urinary incontinence, which is super common, but not something that you need to live with and not considered normal function from a PT perspective. So she pees or leaks urine when she jumps, like box jumps, burpees, jumping rope, jumping on a trampoline, or when she coughs or sneezes. And it's, she feels like it's really embarrassing. And here's the thing, there's a strong correlation between those types of symptoms and chronic low back pain, which not many people know about. So if you are a physical therapist and you treat women with low back pain, that is totally something that you could or should be asking. And if you're not a pelvic floor therapist yourself, you should totally be referring to a pelvic floor physical therapist for those types of issues. But I wanted to talk about her case because she pees about 15 to 20 times a day and very little comes out, but she feels like she's going to leak if she doesn't. And she's got a beautiful figure. She looks amazing. She doesn't have a diastasis, flat stomach, gorgeous. And many women would look up to her and think, especially after giving birth, when, many women are desperate to get their bodies back. And there's a lot of pressure on women to get their figure back. So they'll look at her and she would be completely like their role model. And here's the thing, her core and pelvic floor were really pretty dysfunctional. And she was really shocked when I did an internal exam and I did some muscle testing. Okay. And she really could only turn her muscles on and then off, and had no modulation. There was no smoothness. She could not ramp up the contraction. She couldn't hold the contraction for more than 4 seconds without losing all the strength. And she had to re-grip in order to even feel that she was contracting. And when I asked her to do quick contractions of her pelvic floor, she really couldn't do more than 3 or 4 before losing the strength. So she's not weak. She just doesn't have good motor control or timing and coordination of her pelvic floor with her core. I watched her do some of these exercises that she teaches and does as part of her workouts every day, by the way. She works on her core every day. And she was really surprised. I mean, she had back pain with some of these workouts, and we had to go over, how to modify and change her strategies so that she could continue working out and still getting the aesthetic results that she wanted without screwing up with her back and screwing up with her pelvic floor. So it was really eye-opening for her to see the lack of control that she had in her pelvic floor, and to even just understand the anatomy of how everything is connected between her hips, her diaphragm, her upper back, her lower back, and pelvic floor, how it's all just one system and you can't just look at one or the other. So I just wanted to share that story because, one, I wanted to take the stigma out of, it's called stress urinary incontinence. That's the peeing and the leaking, which is super common. Two, to allay your fears about going to see a pelvic floor physical therapist. It wasn't painful in any way, and she found a lot of really great information that was really eye-opening and that she could immediately see some results with. So we immediately changed her pain with some of the strategies and doing her exercises. And also to know when it's appropriate to see a pelvic floor physical therapist or to refer to one if you are a healthcare practitioner. So thanks so much for listening. Off to ride my bike now. Thank you.